Hi darlings, and welcome back to my advice series on how to have a life as beautiful, happy and successful as ours. For the new friends, I'm Lady T, and this bundle of joy is my very beautiful, very intelligent, very happy and most perfect boy, Baby T. This series is intended to help you to break out of your bad habits and teach you new ones to help you to realize your biggest dream of having a life as perfect as ours. Today's episode is all about the importance of having children. Darlings, if we want to sustain a beautiful, happy and successful life, we need a strong economic system. And it is clear to everyone with some good sense that to sustain economic growth, the number of consumers needs to increase. But in the last decade worldwide, the birth rates have fallen by nearly 50%. We need young people producing and consuming and paying for an increasingly old population that doesn't produce anymore, and it is just a weight on the shoulders of society. In an ideal world, all those old people who are not rich and can't produce anymore should be eliminated. But I'm sorry, darlings, apparently the world where we live is far away from being ideal. So, darlings, let's go back to children. The Bible is very, very clear that children are to be looked upon as a blessing, as a gift from God. Who will care for us when we are old? The children. Who will be there reminding us how important and perfect all what we think and do is? The children. Darlings, believe me when I say that to have children makes you feel really powerful. Above all, in the first years, they depend on you, and you can do all what you want with their life because they belong to you. It is a little bit like to be God. In these years, you can shape them as you like. And for this reason, it's very, 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 very important that you teach them to fear you, because it is only through fear that we can keep control on them when they will grow up. Darlings, my father raised me, reminding me that as he made me, he could send me to the cemetery. And this helped me a lot to learn discipline and how to teach it now to my adorable sweetie. And for having a life as beautiful, happy and successful as ours, it is very, 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 very important to believe and practice the good old-fashioned values passed by a generation to another. Naturally, I'm against extreme physical violence, and I will use it just if I'm really obliged. What I'm talking about is more of a psychological, emotional strategy which will teach them who is in charge. But darlings, I can totally understand if you are trying to avoid to be a parent, because rearing children seems a little bit of a pain. But don't worry, I'm here to help you to see the positive side of it. Mainly you have to see your children as one of the many assets that a person can have. Doing so, you will forget about all the tremendously annoying stuff. Darlings, if you're a woman, get pregnant as soon as you find the right rich man. Because if you will bear his child, he will be obliged to provide for you till the child will be adult. At that point, it doesn't matter what will happen, because you will have found someone else, or your child will look after you. Just consider them as your belongings. Also, they have your name, and that can be used for your convenience as well. As soon as they reach adulthood, but they are still too young and they don't own anything or know any better, you can use their name to set up a new business or to expand old ones. If if they will sign for everything connected with the economic responsibilities of the business, that will be a huge convenience for you. That will be a huge convenience for you. Because if something goes wrong, they will be liable in front of the law, and no one will come to touch your assets. Darlings, remember always that your children can be a very good way to increase your wealth, and try always to push them towards a marriage that will give you some social and economic benefits. Remember that the power and wealth that a person can have is never enough, and it can constantly be improved building bonds with the correct people. Children are even more of an incredible asset for poor people. Families can even help themselves by selling their children to rich people who can't have any of their own. Oh, if they have a girl, they can trade her virginity. Ignore people that think that this is sick, because actually it is very, 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 very thoughtful. My father always told me that girls are sitting on a treasure, so it is better don't waste it. In any case, sooner or later, they are going to lose it. So it is better to make it worth it. Naturally, if you are planning to do this sort of trade, it is important you act as a responsible parent and you wait for your daughter's first menstruation. That means that her body is ready. And believe me when I say that there is a great demand for both this sort of business. So, darlings, don't be afraid to become a parent, but see it just a very convenient and natural way of having some new assets in your life. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, remember to like us, thumb up, and leave comment, suggestion, and all this stuff. Yeah, naturally, don't forget to subscribe and like us and comment, suggestion, and that. Bye, darlings. I really have to go.